What's up, Wise Flyers? David here. I'm going to give you a review of the Citi Premier card, show you some ways you could use Citi ThankYou points, and let you know whether or not this card is worth getting.
And if you haven't heard already, Citi decided to cut a lot of its core and really special benefits that it usually offers. This is for the cards such as the Citi Prestige, as well as the Citi Premier. So you may be wondering, is it still worth it to apply for the Citi Premier card? I'll go over that later on in the video and see if it's still worth getting with a lot of these benefits cut. Some of the main benefits are travel protection, purchase protection, car rental insurance, that you would usually use the Citi Premier card for in order to get access to these benefits with peace of mind. Now, with these benefits going away September 22nd of 2019, it brings a big question of whether or not this card is worth getting. I do think it is still worth getting, but I'll get more into that later on.
First, let's start with the sign-up bonus. You get 60,000 Citi ThankYou points after spending $4,000 in 3 months, and there is an annual fee of $95. If you use these 60,000 Citi ThankYou points through the Citi ThankYou travel portal, they could be worth $750 because you're getting 1.25 cents per point when used through the portal. But later on in the video, I'm going to show you how you could get a lot more value out of those points and give some examples of the best transfer partners with Citi. With this card, you get 3 Citi ThankYou points per dollar spent on travel. This includes airfare, hotels, car rental, parking, tolls, gas stations, 2 points per dollar spent at restaurants and certain entertainment like amusement parks, museums, sporting events, movies, and then 1 point per dollar everywhere else. If you're planning on getting this card, a great strategy would be to plan your travel purchases so that you could get 3 points per dollar and hit that whole minimum spending towards those big travel purchases, 2,000 Citi ThankYou points, which when redeemed through the Citi ThankYou travel portal at 1.25 cents each, it comes out to $900. And a lot of people ask me about cruises. This could be a way that you could get $900 towards a cruise, because you could use it, you could book cruises through the Citi ThankYou travel portal. Although on the surface, it seems like you're getting a lot of value when using the Citi ThankYou travel portal at 1.25 cents per point, but you could get a lot more value when you use transfer partners. Here's a list of all the transfer partners, and you could get a 1-to-1 ratio with one of these transfer partners, and you need to transfer them in increments of 1,000 points per transfer partner. And if you're wondering what 60,000 Citi ThankYou points could get you, you could get 3 round trips between New York and Vancouver on Cathay Pacific at only 20,000 Asia miles per round trip in economy. You could visit Hawaii on United Airlines, and this will be 35,000 Singapore airline miles round trip in economy. This could be for anywhere in the US. Then you could also get 3 round trips to London from Boston, Newark, or JFK, or Washington, D.C. for 20,000 Virgin Atlantic miles round trip in economy during the off-peak season. Those are just some examples of how you could get a lot more value than 1.25 cents per point when using transfer partners. And there is some overlap between Chase Ultimate Rewards, American Express membership rewards, between different transfer partners. So if you wanted to combine your other flexible currencies and pool them into maybe a few different airlines that are with each one, for example, Air France, then you could get a lot more value when combining all those other flexible points into one airline. Now let's talk about some of the other benefits you get with the Citi Premier card.
Before I mention these benefits, I just want to point out that these benefits are going away September 22nd, 2019. So at the time of filming this, in June of 2019, these benefits are still active and relevant, which is why I'm including it in this video.
You get a really cool feature called Citi Price Rewind. So the way this works is when you pay for registered items at certain online merchants, Citi will automatically check for lower prices at other merchants. So if Citi finds the same item at lower price within 60 days of your initial purchase that you made, then you could receive a credit for the price difference. And of course, to take advantage of this, you have to use your Citi Premier card with the purchase, and then you just look it up and you could actually be credited if there's a lower price out there. So I think it's a pretty cool feature if you're doing shopping online and making big purchases. You know that you could be credited if there's a better price out there. The coverage that you get with Citi Price for One would be the lesser of either $200 or the amount that you charge your card, up to $1,000 within the calendar year. You also get extended warranty when you purchase an item with the Citi Premier card. You could extend that warranty up to 24 months, but it can't exceed 84 months total for that warranty. So anytime you're buying something at a store and they ask if you want to spend a certain amount of money to extend that warranty, if you use a Citi Premier card, it automatically extends that warranty up to 24 months. So Citi has great travel insurance and travel coverage. So if your bags are delayed 6 or more hours, you're covered up to $100 for that. And for trip delay, you get up to $500 per covered traveler to pay for meals and hotels if your trip is delayed 12 hours or more. And for trip cancellation and interruption, you could be reimbursed up to $5,000 per covered traveler per trip if the trip is canceled or interrupted for an eligible reason. So having travel protection, I think, is so important. I actually use a different card for travel protection, but it gives you peace of mind anytime you're traveling. So if there's bags or cancellations, you know that you're covered and you don't have to really worry about spending extra money on hotels and stuff because you know that you'll be covered. This card also has no foreign transaction fees, so you don't have to worry about using it out of the country. So now that you know all of the benefits of this card, is this card worth getting? It depends. So if you're familiar with the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, there's a lot of similar benefits. The Chase Sapphire Preferred card also offers 60,000 points, $95 annual fee. Both cards have the option of transferring to transfer partners for free, or if you use it in the travel portal, both cards will give you 1.25 cents in the travel portal, in value per point. The reason why I'm comparing the Citi Premier to the Chase Sapphire Preferred card is if you are thinking about the Citi Premier and you don't have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card yet, I recommend going for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card first. Reason why is because of the 524 rule. So when you're over 524, then you could go for the Citi Premier card and get a lot of the similar benefits. But if you are going to go for the Citi Premier card, I recommend going for the 60,000 point sign-up bonus, because throughout the year it'll go down to 50 or 40, but 60 is definitely the highest I've seen it. Overall, I think it's a really good card. I think there are some good benefits. I think Citi ThankYou points are underrated because they're kind of in the shade of Chase and American Express, and they don't really get as much attention as it should. If you want to watch more videos on credit card reviews, you could click this playlist over here. It's a playlist of the best credit card reviews that I've done. I recommend clicking that link right now, and I'll see you in the next video.